What's up everybody, it's Sean here, back today with my much anticipated review of the Maniére collaboration with Jordan Brand on the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG SP in this Airness colorway. Today's video is sponsored by the good people from Heffelux. Heffelux is my all-time favorite sneaker insoles, and they sell eTPU insoles, which essentially is the same material used for Adidas Boost. So if you're looking to add some additional comfort inside your shoes, be sure to check out their website, which I've linked down below, and you'll see they sell 4 different insole options. So depending on the type of insole density and cushioning setup you're looking for, whether that's for a pair of winter boots or for sneakers, you're gonna find there's an insole for everybody. So I've been a paying customer of Heffelux for years now, and I honestly stand by their products. They truly are very comfortable. So if you guys want to check it out and give it a try for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout and get 15% off your entire purchase. So back to the shoes, what a year it's been for James Whitner. We had the Maniére Air Jordan 3 that released earlier this year, which is many people's shoe of the year, and then he followed that up with the social status chocolate milk and strawberry milk dunks, and then we're ending the year with these Air Jordan 1s. So this shoe dropped in late November on Maniére's website, and then there was a wider release earlier this month. But alongside the shoes, more importantly, they also released a short film as well, which talks about the strength and the resilience of the Black community, along with the underlying message that oftentimes Black culture is more valued than Black people. And in both the beginning and the end of the film, we see a single rose sprouting out of concrete. So that imagery of the rose is adopted on the colorway and design of this shoe. So this pair retailed for an increased price of $200 US, which is the equivalent to roughly 260 Canadian, and the colorway for this shoe is Sail and Burgundy Crush. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. And just like the Maniére 3s, this also comes in this plastic sleeve with the boutique's A logo found throughout this entire cover. As for the box itself, the cardboard color mimics the colors of the shoe. So this is a predominantly off-white or sail-colored cardboard. We have Nike branding and Maniére written on top in this burgundy finish. And then on the side, we have both the Air Jordan Wings logo and again, Maniére's word mark. And then inside the top lid, we have a graphic of Michael Jordan. And the paper also has that same A pattern that was found earlier on the sleeve. So jumping into the details of this shoe, the upper of the sneaker is constructed out of this cracked leather. And I know a lot of people online were kind of upset about this because in the initial images they thought it was more of a plush suede, but instead this leather has more of a rough texture to it and it feels pretty stiff in hand. But to me, I don't mind this at all. I still think it was decent quality and it reminds me of the same type of leather used on the Atlas Lost at Sea SB Dunk highs. So we still have this perforated finish on the toe box and more of the same leather covering the side panels of the shoe as well. And then stitched on top of this, we have your signature swoosh. This is constructed out of this faux snakeskin leather in this dark burgundy finish. Moving above this, so the side flap of the shoe, this is also constructed out of that same cracked leather finish. And we have the Air Jordan Wings logo debossed on the lateral side only in this burgundy color. And I want to add that this flap is actually disconnected from the rest of the shoe. And on the lateral sides of both the left shoe and the right shoe, it features a quote from Michael Jordan along with Michael Jordan's signature. Surrounding the top portion of the ankle call area, we have more of this faux snakeskin leather, and then surrounding the rest of the back of the shoe, this is covered in more of this cracked finished leather. Hanging off the shoe, they also give you a leather hang tag as well. So on one side, you can see it has that same cracked finish to it, whereas on the other side, it's much more of a smooth finish to it. As for the laces, so these come with 2 different pairs of laces. So the default standard laces these come with is a burgundy colored flat lace, and they have these metallic lace tips as well with Maniére branding, and this adds to the whole elevated feel of the shoe. If you're not feeling the burgundy laces, they also give you a secondary pair of cream colored laces as well. Underneath this, the tongue is also constructed out of that cracked leather, and on the top of the shoe we have this tag with both Maniére and Nike Air branding. The backside of the tongue, unlike your traditional nylon Air Jordan 1 tongues, is also covered with a very silky soft burgundy colored textile. And the same material can be found on the inner collar of the shoe as well, except in this case it's given a quilted look, which again elevates the look and the feel of the shoe. Taking a look at the insoles, so these come with your standard foam lined insole. However, the top of the insole is covered in that same silky smooth textile, and we have both Maniére and Air Jordan branding stitched on the back heel. So the upper of these Air Jordan 1s sits atop this solid rubber cup sole, which is done in this off-white vintage looking finish. Encapsulated within the midsole but not visible to the eye, there is Airsole technology to give you cushioning and impact protection. And then turning the shoe over to the bottom, here we have our classic Air Jordan 1 outsole. So this is constructed out of this burgundy colored finish. We have the circular traction pattern on the forefoot, along with Nike branding right in the center. So that breaks down the look and the construction of these Maniére Air Jordan 1s. And for those wondering how these fit, So these are released in men's sizing, and to me they fit me like all my other Air Jordan 1s, so I'd recommend sticking true to size. So if you have narrow, normal, or slightly wide feet, true to size should fit you fine, no problems. The only exception is if you have really wide feet, then you might feel some pinching around this area right here. So if you normally go up a half size for your Air Jordan 1s, I'd recommend the same for this pair as well. Next up, in terms of comfort, so these feel exactly the same as all my other Air Jordan 1s. So with that said, it's going to feel pretty firm and low to the ground. There's not too much from a softness and cushioning standpoint. But for just an everyday casual use shoe, it's going to be fine. Just don't expect anything too soft and too cushioned. And last but not least, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so I know a lot of people online were saying that the quality of the shoe was terrible, but honestly, I really disagree. I think this cracked leather, the quality felt pretty nice to the touch, and it's just the nature of the leather itself. That's why it feels kind of stiff and hard. And obviously, it's not going to be that same super soft, super tumbled leather that we see sometimes used on other Air Jordan 1s. In addition to that, I thought that the overall craftsmanship was perfectly fine. It wasn't by any means the perfect constructed shoe. I had some minor issues with some extra long threads that I had to cut off myself, but aside from that, there wasn't anything major, and I thought they did a pretty good job on this shoe. So with all that out of the way now, let's lace these up and I'll show you guys how these look on feet. All in all, I gotta say, James Whitner did an incredible job once again on this release. And while this is a very beautiful shoe, I don't know if I would necessarily put it as one of my top 3 or top 5 releases of the year. Don't get me wrong, I think the story behind the shoe is very important, and I really like how they weren't afraid to incorporate a wide variety of materials. I just think if this wasn't necessarily a collaboration, and it wasn't an Maniére collaboration specifically, then people might not necessarily be elevating the shoe that much higher than, for example, a Bordeaux Air Jordan 1, which I thought kind of looked similar to each other. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Airness colorway of the Maniére Air Jordan 1s. What are your overall thoughts on the shoe? And for those watching, were you guys able to grab these for retail? Did you take an L and eventually pay resale for these, or were you just not a fan of these all in all? If you guys like this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram at esco8, check me out on Twitter at sean.go, and visit my website as well at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll catch you guys all in the next one.